If you're thinking of taking up architecture and you're wondering if tama ba ang course na napili mo, this video is for you. I'm Pia, I'm a licensed architect, and I work with property owners here in the Philippines and abroad. I studied architecture for 5 years. And can you guess what was my first job after graduating? Sa mall. Sa planning department ng local mall here in Legazpi. And yung sweldo ko was only around 7,500 pesos a month. In my mind noon, sabi ko, ano ba yan? I studied architecture for 5 years, pero sa mall lang ako mag-work. But that's how I started. Now I have my own office, I have apprentices, I design projects here in the Philippines and abroad. I collaborate with design studios in the US, Canada, Australia as their back-end team. I create content even if I'm shy, even if I'm an introvert, even if I started without any connections. In this video, I'll share with you 7 things I wish I knew before choosing architecture here in the Philippines. Number 1, architecture school will teach you design, but it will not teach you how to run your own business as an architect. Sana may nagsabi sa akin ito noon. Because I thought all I need was to finish that 5-year course. I'll take the architecture board exam, I'll get my license. Tapos, I'm set to become the best architect in the Philippines with high pay. Unfortunately, hindi ganun. Because in school, they will teach you the design principles, the codes, history. Pero in business side ng pagiging architect, kung paano mag-charge ng tamang professional fees without getting lowballed, kung paano gumawa ng contract, kung paano maghanap ng clients, that's not included in the curriculum. You have to learn all of that on your own after you graduate. At dahil doon, ang daming architects dito sa Pilipinas na lagi na lang nalolobol, including me. Ito yung personal mistake ko. I allowed my clients to lowball me because naisip ko, okay na yan kesa walang clients. Then, I started a project without a contract. All of that, natutunan ko the hard way. But now, I have my own system. But I wish my practice as an architect would have been a lot easier kung hindi ko na kailangang matrauma just to learn the business of it. If you're still in school right now, at may free time ka, gamitin mo yon to learn how you can charge right when you're already an architect. Learn how to create a clear contract, a contract that will protect you and your client. And learn how to present yourself to your client even if you think na you are shy and introvert ka. Because they will never teach you that in the university. Number 2, yung first job mo after graduating may not be your dream job. And that's okay. Weeks before I graduated, sabi ko sa sarili ko, magre-rest muna ako. Nakakapagod kayang mag-aral. Nakakapagod kaya mag-thesis. I deserve to rest. Then before graduating, my professor texted me. Sabi niya, may job opening daw sa mall dito sa Legazpi City. Sabi niya, mag-apply daw ako. Nagulat ako because in my mind, ano ba yan, sir? 5 years akong nag-aral ng architecture tapos magiging sales lady lang ako? I didn't know back then na sa mall pala may planning department. Kaya ayun, 1 week after graduating, may trabaho na agad ako and I was earning 7,500 pesos per month. Maliit? Oo, but we all start from nothing naman. But what I learned looking back, our architecture degree can have multiple paths. Madaming opportunities more than you think. Some archi students hindi agad napupunta sa firm after graduating. Some would explore first, some would become an apprentice, as a planner, as a technical coordinator, a back-end designer, or a freelancer for design studios abroad. And later on, you may also pursue building your own design firm here in the Philippines. Yung path ng architect, hindi lang yan isang straight line because life is really unpredictable. When an opportunity knocks, grab it. Kasi by exploring new things, that's when you'll discover where you'll best thrive. Kung ano yung career path na mag-work sa'yo. Just make sure to enjoy and trust the process. Number 3, you're going to wear many hats. Kung may magsha-shadow sa akin for 30 days and tatanungin siya kung ano ang ginagawa ko for a living, hindi lang niya masasabi na architect ako. Kasi I manage my team, I communicate with clients, I close deals, I handle payment, I do content, I mentor my apprentices, I wear many hats, madaming responsibilities. And this is the part you don't learn in the university. Hindi lang design ang magiging trabaho mo. It's also the job of communicating clearly with a stressed client. It's managing a project timeline, it's handling conflict on-site, it's making decisions fast when things go wrong on a build. So habang nasa school ka pa lang, maging aware ka na dito. Observe how your professors handle pressure. Notice how firms talk to their clients. How you will decide under pressure, especially kapag yung situation is very stressful and chaotic. You need to learn that. And the university won't teach you that. Kasi yung magiging magaling na arkitekto, yun yung taong handa sa lahat ng parte ng trabaho, hindi lang sa design. Number 4, you don't have to become an extrovert. Akala ko noon, hindi para sa introvert ang pagiging architect. Introvert kasi ako. I used to think maybe I'm not really meant to become an architect because I'm an introvert. Kasi hindi ako confident, hindi ako outgoing, I don't like small talks. I'm naturally shy, introvert, and a private person. But over the years, I was able to start my own office, mentor apprentices, design and build projects here in the Philippines, and collaborate with different designers abroad. I even grew my TikTok audience even if I was a shy and introvert architect. From a wallflower when I started, I would go to conferences, then people will recognize me because of the content I make. It felt unusual, ironic actually, but it just happened because I pursued more than what it is to become an architect. I pursued educating people about architecture, about how to design homes right. I focused on serving people. It started with showing up consistently even if I felt I was unready. Because consistency beats personality type. Introvert ka man or shy. So if you're that one na tahimik lagi sa office, stop thinking na hanggang dyan ka na lang. Because there are a lot of things in store for you. Number 5, yung mga kasama mo ngayon will be your life's network. Maliit ang mundo ng architecture dito sa Pilipinas. Yung mga batchmate mo ngayon, you will see them again in a few years. As contractors, as fellow architects, as clients, as government officials, as people na kailangan mo ng favor someday. So don't burn bridges and mag-invest ka ng time sa mga tao sa paligid mo. List down firms, your dream architects na gusto mong makatrabaho someday. Find a way to submit an application. Mag-DM ka, mag-reach out ka. Build meaningful relationships. Because architects should really learn how to build relationships, how to market and sell themselves. It's like teaching yourself na ibenta ang sarili mo. And mas madaling i-practice yan while you're still in the university kaysa gawin mo pagkatapos ng graduation. Start now. Don't wait for that opportunity. Create that opportunity. Go out and build your network as early as now. Number 6, architecture trains you to think and you carry that way of thinking wherever you go. You'll rarely hear this, but for me, ito yung pinaka-valuable na bagay that architecture taught me. The training it gives you is this. You learn to look at a complex problem and create a solution that never existed before. That is something you carry into everything you do after college. Nag-start ako sa mall planning, nag-work sa government designing health facilities and hospitals, then I transitioned to freelancing, then I started my own office designing homes, resorts, commercial spaces for Filipino property owners. and also worked with international clients as their back-end architect doing technical documentation and 3D rendering for their projects. I create content, I mentor apprentices, magkakaibang responsibilities pero lahat yun, iisa lang ang ugat. I saw the problem, then I look for the solutions. Architecture trained me for that. And if you finish Archi, you will also experience that. Sa mga araw na parang walang katapusan yung plate, remember this. You're not just learning how to design, you're also learning to take in an architect's brain that solves problem wherever you are. Number 7, start now. This is one of the most important, but even the senior architects would avoid telling this to young architects or students. Meron tayong tendency to rely on our mood, on motivation, or when we're ready before we start anything. I'll do it pag confident na ako, wala pa ako sa mood. I'll do it pag ready na ako. I'll do it pag graduate na ako. But that confidence, yung ready ka na, hindi yan dadating until you start. While you're still in the university, leverage all the opportunities and network you have. Your professor, your batchmates, deadlines that push you, your safety net, gamitin mo yun. Apply for that internship or apprenticeship kahit na feeling mo hindi ka qualified. Join that competition kahit na hindi ka sigurado. Reach out to architects you admire. Start practicing how to sell yourself. Because you learn that by doing, not by waiting. Kasi yung mundo ng architecture, hindi yan lalapit sa'yo. You must learn to pursue it. Start now while it's still cheaper to commit mistakes now. Because everything after college becomes an expensive lesson. These are the 7 things and lahat to galing sa sariling experience ko. Hindi ko sinasabing madali ang architecture because mahirap siya. You'll cry hard, you'll feel frustrated, you'll feel like quitting. But trust me, it's all worth it if you'll open your eyes to learning and growing. I'm not discouraging you, but this is the truth about studying architecture and becoming an architect. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. I create content for Filipino property owners and aspiring architects na gusto ng honest version ng profession na to.